It is important to unplug the washing machine before we start because we're going to be dealing with electrical parts. This video explains how to change the user interface circuit board for a 2010 Kenmore Oasis washing machine. If the buttons on your front panel click but don't do anything, then it's probably the user interface control board. But if they don't click, it's the mechanical buttons themselves. Pull off the selector knob, then loosen, but do not pull all the way out, the screws that hold the entire panel assembly down. Once the screws are loosened, the entire control panel assembly will tip or roll forward towards the front of the machine. Next, unplug the connector to the interface control board. It pulls out sideways towards the edge, not straight up. In this shot, I've outlined the cover panel or cover for the interface control board in red. You first unclip the little white clips from the cable and then remove the 3 screws. In this step, you have to get those little white fingers or claws that the green arrows point to lift up off of a spring clip. You take a screwdriver, stick it in the little slot, twist it, and while lifting on the end that the clip is on, do it on each end. I found this difficult. This is what the board looks like after you've removed the cover. In the next step, you'll have to press that little white button in order to remove that switch. With your thumb pressing the white button, rotate the selector switch and lift up, pull it up to get it out. Then use a flat blade screwdriver under the leading edge, the front edge of the board, to pry at the spring clips until you snap the board loose from these spring clips. After that, you pull towards you on the board or away from the back. Once the board is free, disconnect the edge connector and connect it to the new board. You have to remove the selector switch like you did with the old one. Then slide the board into the retaining mounts at the back. Then push down on the front until it snaps into those spring clips and reinsert the selector switch. Time out for something different. This gray plastic thing is under the circuit board and is what you have to replace if the buttons don't click. Once installation is complete, it should look like it did before you removed it.